Alright, y'all, finally, and I don't mean to sound like The Rock, finally, welcome back to the channel. Let's just act like I didn't ghost you guys for a whole entire month. Let's act like I don't have a new camera. Let's act like I don't have a new mic. And let's just get straight into the content. I'm giving out awards today, ladies and gentlemen. So don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe, and let's get straight into the content. I feel like there are a couple locks for these NBA awards, and I want to start off with two of them. Rookie of the Year and Defensive Player of the Year, and I feel like Rookie of the Year goes to Paolo Banchero. I'm pretty sure everyone and their mother has Paolo Banchero as their Rookie of the Year, because he's basically been the front runner this whole entire season. I mean, I'm pretty sure Benedict Mathurin took the #1 spot at one point. I'm pretty sure that Jalen Williams took the #1 spot at one point, but for the majority of the time, it has been Paolo, averaging a good 20 points, 7 rebounds, doing his thing. Obviously, the efficiency isn't there. I mean, motherfucker's shooting like 29 to 30% from the three-point line, but I'm expecting those numbers to go up because number one, it's only his rookie season, and number two, I have only seen good things from somebody who has averaged a dub in their first season. For example, Luka Doncic averaged like what, 20 points in his first season. Efficiency was low as well, but look what he's averaging now. He's in his 5th season in the league, averaging a good 33, 8, and 8. That is insane, bro. Another example is LeBron. He averaged a good 20 points, 21 points if you round up, and he is basically the greatest fucking player of all time. You can't really deny it at this point. I was expecting him to come out of the gate, average 21, be the #1 option on his team. And honestly, I'm not really getting #1 option vibes from him this season. I'm pretty sure he's going to be able to take those reins in his second season, third season, and seasons to come. However, in my personal opinion, I feel like Franz Wagner is a better basketball player than him. I feel like at this point, maybe this is bias, I feel like Markelle Fultz is a better basketball player than him on his own team. So I feel like he needs to step up next season and actually take that #1 option role, be like, this is my team, the Orlando Magic is my team, but it's only his rookie season, so we don't want to push it too much on him. But I like what I've seen from him so far. I loved what I've seen from him so far. And the second award that I'm going to give out is Defensive Player of the Year. And I'm pretty sure you guys already know who I'm picking for Defensive Player of the Year. It's gotta be Brook Lopez from the Milwaukee Bucks. There's absolutely no way it's not him, because there are so many reasons why it should be him. Let's just start off with the fact that he's having his best season. Fuck the 20 points that he averaged in Brooklyn. Fuck what he was doing in LA. This is his best season yet. And the fact that he's doing this off of a back surgery is crazy to me. It's so crazy to me because not only is he providing very, very good rim protection, not only is he switching on the guards and actually holding his own, which I've said on this channel a multitude of times, he's giving it to you on the offensive side as well. 37% from 3, a career high. And I feel like if he can sustain this in the playoffs and he can translate it, he will be an even better basketball player than we actually thought that he could be. That's so crazy to say, isn't it? But back to the defensive side, another reason why I feel like he should be Defensive Player of the Year is because if you guys don't recall, the Milwaukee Bucks in the middle of the season had a 16-game winning streak, and yes, Giannis was missing some time in between those 16 games, but who was holding it down on the defensive end? Who was it? It was Brook Lopez, man. Oh my god, his rim protection has been great this season, bro. If you guys haven't gone back and watched his minutes and watched his blocks, watched his defensive highlights, just oh my god, he is for sure the Defensive Player of the Year. Some of the other guys that you can, argue is Jaren Jackson Jr. I remember Nicholas Claxton was top 3 at one time. Bam Adebayo, me personally, I feel like he should be getting more love on the defensive side. I wish Rob was in this running, but bro has just been missing so much time, and when he is actually playing, this motherfucker Joe Mazzulla has him coming off the bench. I don't like Rob coming off the bench. Start the man. But this isn't about Rob, this is about Brook Lopez, and I'm giving him the Defensive Player of the Year award. The next award that I'm going to be handing out is Coach of the Year, and I'm pretty sure everybody and their mother has Mike Brown as Coach of the Year. Now thinking about it, is this one a lock as well? Because I don't really think of any other coach other than quite possibly Joe Mazzulla who can win the award, to be honest with you. But the things that Mike Brown has been doing for the Sacramento Kings team is amazing, bro. I have this team as the 12th seed. The 12th seed. I remember at the beginning of the season, I think it was in one of my tier list videos, I said the acquisitions of Kevin Huerter and Malik Monk are so goddamn underrated because they complement De'Aaron Fox so damn well, right? but I didn't have them winning games because I knew that the West was going to be competitive this season. I did not think that they were going to be at the top of the conference. How the hell did that happen? I feel like it's because of Mike Brown. I really do feel like it's because of that. And here's the thing with Mike Brown. When he's coaching your team, whether he's with LeBron James in Cleveland, whether he's coaching Kobe for a couple seasons, whether he's an assistant coach for the dynasty of the Golden State Warriors, you know that he's about to give you some of the best defense out of his players because that's who he is. That's who Mike Brown is. He's a defensive-minded coach. However, this Sacramento Kings team is just completely different because they're the best offense in the West right now. Scratch that. They're the best offense in the NBA right now. How about we scratch that as well? They are the best offense in the history of basketball. That is insane to say. And it's coached by a guy who's a defensive-minded coach. And wouldn't that tell you something? Wouldn't that tell you if a defensive-minded coach can take a Sacramento Kings team, a team that hasn't been in the playoffs for 16 seasons, to the playoffs, let alone a third seed, let alone the best offense of all time, there's no way that you do not give him Coach of the Year. I think he deserves it. I think that this should not go unnoticed. And I think it's finally time that Mike Brown gets his flowers, man. Come on. He's been doing this shit since 98, bro. Come on, man. And this ties into the next award that I wanted to talk about. It is Clutch Player of the Year. This is a new award that the NBA implemented this season. And I've seen a couple people shit on it. I'm not going to lie. I haven't really seen many people talking about it, which is kind of crazy in its own self, because I feel like it highlights the clutchest players in the whole entire league. And I actually really do like this award. I'm not gonna lie. If you're not really familiar with crunch time is, it's 5 minutes or less with 5 points or less in the margin between the two teams that are competing. And I feel like the number one person who deserves this award is De'Aaron Fox from the Sacramento Kings, because he genuinely has been the clutchest player in the whole entire league, if you ask me. I've seen a couple people arguing Joel Embiid on the timeline, but Joel Embiid is reserved for another award. We're gonna get to that later. But I really do think that this is De'Aaron Fox's award to lose, because not only is the eye test showing me that he has been the clutchest player of the year, the stats are showing me as well. He's averaging 5 points in crunch time. He has the best record in crunch time amongst every single other person that's ranked right now. People say Joel Embiid has a better record than him. However, Joel Embiid's stats do not show that. Joel Embiid's eye test doesn't really show that compared to De'Aaron Fox. So I really do want to give it to him. I do want to give it to De'Aaron Fox, man. He's been amazing this season. He's shooting 53% from the field in crunch time, 33% from three in crunch time, has a 22-17 record. And there's this one specific moment that I really do remember vividly from this NBA season where De'Aaron Fox was at his clutchest moment. It was against the Orlando Magic. I can't remember who hit a shot on the end of the court, but De'Aaron Fox came down with like 5 seconds left on the shot clock and drilled that bitch from like damn near half court. That was one of the greatest moments of this season. So I really do feel like that also ties into him winning Clutch Player of the Year as well. I think you got to have the moments. You got to have the eye test. You got to have the stats. They got to all translate. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm going to give it to De'Aaron Fox for this award. Let's get to the next award. They might kill me for these next two awards that I'm about to give out, and it's Sixth Man of the Year and Most Improved Player. I want to start with Sixth Man of the Year because it's kind of a tight race. You know what I'm saying? You know, not many people are really talking about this race. I've seen people say Emmanuel Quickly. I remember at the beginning of the season, people were saying Russell Westbrook. But I'm probably going to give it to Malcolm Brogdon. I know this might be a homer pick to some people. They might think that this is a homer pick, but I genuinely think that he has been the best sixth man of the year. There's no doubting it. He is the only player that has been in the Sixth Man of the Year race who hasn't started any games. None of his games. And the last game that he actually played, he had damn near a 30-piece coming off the bench. There was no Tatum, no Al, no Smart, but Malcolm Brogdon stepped up when they needed it the most. But he did all of it coming off the bench. He did all of it coming off the bench. I remember Russell Westbrook has started some games. I remember Emmanuel Quickly. Actually, Emmanuel Quickly's best games that he has had, which he's been on a tear these past like 5-10 games. He's been amazing. But they're all starting. He's been starting in every single one of those games. So I don't want to give him the Sixth Man of the Year award when his best games came from him starting. You know what I'm saying? So I really do feel like this is Malcolm Brogdon's award to win. He's averaging 15 points, averaging a good, I believe 41 to 44% from the three. He's been amazing for the Boston Celtics. And I remember at the beginning of the season, I was sitting here I want to give it to Malcolm Brogdon, but I really thought that since the Boston Celtics had so much personnel, Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, so many guys who can shoot the ball and score the ball, I did not think that Malcolm Brogdon would be able to get his enough to win Sixth Man of the Year, but I feel like he's just been playing at a Sixth Man of the Year level. He fits the Boston Celtics so perfectly, and I feel like he deserves the award. This next one, Most Improved Player, I feel like everybody and their mom has Lauri Markkanen. I would love to pick Lauri Markkanen. I believe that he is the most improved player this season. I think it's not really debatable. I'm going to give it to Jalen Brunson, though, because Jalen Brunson is my favorite player in the whole entire league this season, and I love watching him play. There's no way that the play that Jalen Brunson has been giving us this season is going to go unnoticed. He's not going to get an All-NBA team. Let's be honest with ourselves. He wasn't an all-star this season. He should have been. At the turn of the calendar year, the only guard that has been playing better than Jalen Brunson has been Damian Lillard. That's it. Statistically speaking, Jalen Brunson has been the second best guard since the turn of the calendar year. And there's no awards, no nothing that is going to show that this man has been amazing. And I feel like if I had my hypothetical pick, I would give it to him. I'm giving him Most Improved Player. I don't care what y'all say. This is my awards. I'm giving them out. That's it. And finally, MVP. Who is my MVP? Everyone is wondering, bro. They're standing, they're waiting, they're looking at their cameras, their TVs, their whatever they're watching this on. They're like, who is NBA Laney about to pick for MVP? Is it Jokic? Is it Embiid? Is it Giannis? Is it Tatum? I went into this video. I don't have anything. I have my notes literally right here. I don't have anybody for MVP. So in real time, I'm about to try to convince myself who the MVP is. And let's start off with Giannis because I feel like he has the weaker argument out of the two other players that are in the MVP race. Granted, he is the best player on the best team. People like using that agenda. They like pushing that agenda. The best player on the best team. Oh, they were doing that with Jason Tatum for the beginning of the season, bro. I know y'all remember that shit, bro. I was pushing that shit like a motherfucker. But let's get back to Giannis. Giannis's case is basically that he's the best player on the best team. He's averaging a career high 31 points per game. I just feel like his efficiencies are low. I feel like his teammates are holding him back from winning this award. Jrue Holiday, he was an all-star. Brook Lopez, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, he's the defensive player of the year in my eyes, if not defensive player of the year candidate. And when Giannis was gone, his team was holding it down. Let's be honest. But I don't know. Joel Embiid is probably the front runner for MVP at this point. A lot of people are giving it to Embiid, but I really feel like it's hard to not give it to Jokic at the same time because Jokic is damn near averaging a triple-double. I mean, he was averaging a triple-double for basically the whole entire season. Not to mention, if you take Jokic off of his team, and we could talk about on and off all we want, but the fact is right there. If you take Jokic off the Denver Nuggets right now, I swear to God, they're not even a fucking playoff team. They're not. I think that there are 13 other teams that are better than them. I think that they would be at the 13th spot right now this season if Jokic was not playing at all. They would not be fucking good. Let's be honest. But I have seen Joel Embiid sit, and I have seen Tyrese Maxey take over. I've seen at the beginning of the season, like the first 5 games, James Harden looked like James Harden of old. Same thing with Giannis. If you take Giannis off this team, like I've mentioned before in this video, you're gonna have guys like Jrue Holiday and Brook Lopez hold down the fort. And another thing that Giannis does have is that Chris Middleton was missing a lot of time in the season. And when he was playing, he's averaging like a good 15 points a game. He hasn't really been that good this season. So, I mean, you can also boost Giannis's case if you wanted to. However, I just don't think that that really holds much weight to what Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid have doing. So I'm kind of cutting Giannis off. Giannis is getting cut off, bro. It's between Joel Embiid and Nikola Jokic. Who the hell am I about to give this award to? Joel Embiid, leading scorer, of the whole entire NBA. You want to talk about free throws, you want to talk about this, but the man has been looking like a Shaq and Hakeem hybrid this season. And I feel like the 52-point game that he had against my Boston Celtics basically solidified it. I remember the day after, I was really, really mad because, you know, I was watching people talk about the game and I'm sitting here like, did you guys even watch the game? Because he was being guarded by Luke Cornett and Grant Williams half the time. But at the same time, I had to sit back and tell myself, bro, he put up 52 points. He put up more than half of their team's points. If that doesn't show value, then I don't know what does. But then I'm sitting here thinking Nikola Jokic, man, he's just been the front runner the whole entire season. But now all of a sudden Kendrick Perkins says some shit, and then now all of a sudden Joel Embiid, right when the damn ladder comes out, he's number one all of a sudden. You know what I'm saying? And another thing that I want to say is Nikola Jokic is about to be a 3-time MVP if he wins this shit. Back to back to back. That's kind of scary. And I feel like people are already scrutinizing Nikola Jokic for what he has been doing this season. People are saying that he's been stat padding. They're saying that his defense has been terrible. And I understand that. I understand all that. But the things that he gives on the offensive side, I feel like it kind of, you know, trumps everything that he gives on defense. And it's not like he's a slouch on defense. I mean, he likes to poke at the ball, you know what I'm saying? He has been, you know, I wouldn't say a good rim protector, but he's been a serviceable rim protector this season. I don't think that you can play him off of the court, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to defense. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I kind of still want to give it to Nikola Jokic because I think it's unfair how he has been the front runner all season long, but then Joel Embiid has a 12-game winning streak. And then all of a sudden he's number one. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like I'm going to give the award. I feel like I'm going to give it to Nikola Jokic. You know, a lot of people aren't going to like that. But I feel like I'm going to give it to Nikola. Actually, no, I'm not. I switch it again. It's Joel Embiid. I just want to save him from getting all the damn backlash because if he does not translate what he's been doing this season into the playoffs and he loses in the playoffs again, I don't know. We might have to feed Nikola Jokic to the Wolves because they are going to cook this nigga. Let's be honest, bro. They're going to cook the fuck out of Jokic. So you know what? Joel Embiid is my MVP for this season. That's all I got for y'all today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know your guys' picks down below in the comment section below. And I'm about to get out of here. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share with your friends. And I'm out. Peace.